Alright guys, welcome to more High Peak. As you might have seen on my main channel, High Peak Autos, I did something quite stupid. I bought a very cheap Bentley Continental GT for just £5,000. And while it might look like a bargain, my mechanic said otherwise. I ran it down to my mechanics just for a general check over, and the diagnosis wasn't good. Would you like to see the long list? 3 pages of faults, actually. Right, so we've got an engine management light on. There's a power steering noise. It's low on fuel. I can fix that one quite easily. Reg plate lights in up. No brake lights. There's some sort of weird fault with the rear lights. They're just not working at all. The bonnet release sticks. The bonnet gas struts are worn. The power steering pipe's leaking. And although when I first looked at it, all the 4 tyres seemed all right, my mechanic thinks they need replacing, so I'm not really sure why. It needs front brake discs and pads. It needs rear brake discs and pads. It needs a offside front bottom ball joint. The offside rear brakes binding. Rear disc worn, split CV boot, near side corner of radiator's leaking, the power steering pipe from pump is corroded, and the boot won't open. Then we've got pages and pages of fault codes. So it's all quite worrying really. It doesn't paint a great picture for this old Bentley, so I'm not really sure what to do with it next. So I thought before I spend a penny on this car, I might see what We Buy Any Car would offer me for it as it is. My original plan was to get it looking as good as I possibly could. De-wrap it, get the wheels done silver, service it, service the gearbox, just get it as nice as possible. But now I'm thinking, with this long list, it might not be worth doing. So instead, what we're going to do today is take it to We Buy Any Car and see what they give me for it, as it is. This might just be the most sensible thing I've ever done. I've been trying to do a quick estimate in my head to see what I would spend on this car if I were to go ahead with it. And everything's quite expensive. I mean, thanks to it being a Bentley, nothing's cheap. I priced up the front brake discs. Those alone are like 600 quid. Same for the rear. The tyres are around £250 each, and obviously there are 4 of those. We've got a full service with 12 new spark plugs. We've got a gearbox service. The engine management light's on because of some sort of split hose. I'm not sure exactly what's involved with that. So straight away I could spend maybe £3,000 on this without even trying. As for the problem with the boot not opening, I read some comments. That could just be a low battery, so it might need a new battery as well. I think first I might try sticking it on charge just to see if that helps. I think these have got 2 batteries, an auxiliary battery and then a main battery. So, yeah, I might try that. It's annoying that I can't get in the boot because there might be a briefcase in there with £10,000 in. That's why I thought, just out of curiosity, I'd see what We Buy Any Car would offer me for this car. So, should we give it a go and see what they'd offer? Bear in mind, this isn't probably the most appealing buy for them. It's got like 3 days MOT left. The engine light's on. It's not its original colour. There's only 1 key. The service history stopped 11 years ago. So I know they're going to hammer me down on price, but let's just see. So we're going to go to webuyanycar.com. So we'll enter the reg and the mileage then. So the reg is IRZ7071 and the miles are 120. 121.50, get my valuation. Bear in mind I paid just £5,000 for this, which on the face of it is very cheap. I've got no idea how they're going to value it. Or even if they'd want it. Right, get my valuation, let's have a look at this. Oh, look at that, right. So they've offered me, well, I say offered, they valued it at £7,385. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near that for it, but that's more than I thought. Right, let me book a time slot then. Continue, type my name in. Book my appointment. Right, appointment's booked. Let's head down to Stockport and see what they'd offer me for my very cheap Bentley. Let's see how close to the original offer we'll get. Wish me luck. Let's put some fuel in this. It's quite a thirsty car, this. My trip computer, as I was driving it up the hill then, said that I was doing 4.7 miles per gallon. Right. I also know these W12 engines are quite sensitive to fuel, so we're going to put the proper stuff in. I think we'll put £40 in. Just try and get my fuel light off. There's so many warning lights on that dash, I don't want another one. Right now we've got the engine light on, and also a traction light, some sort of like skid warning. There's nothing relating to that on my list, but it's just a neglected car, this really. It's quite unloved. Right, that'll do then, £40. I was really hoping this car would have been alright, and then I could have made it look nice again. But we'll see. I'm going to go inside then and pay for the fuel, and then when we get back outside, I'll start it up so you can hear it. It does sound pretty good, actually. I think you'll agree it sounds really good. The worrying thing though is it drives okay, but when I was trying to rev it then so you could hear the engine, the accelerator wasn't really revving. Let me just try it again. Oh, it's doing it now. That's weird. It does kind of terrify me, the fact that it's got this engine light on. And it has got a bit of a misfire. Like right now, yeah, that's quite lumpy. This 12-cylinder engine should be quite smooth, and this isn't. I think we're running on 11 or 9 or 7 even. However many cylinders we're running on, it's an odd number, it just feels it. It's not as quick as it should be either. Bear in mind this was a 198 mile an hour car. Once. Still, for £5,000 I can't really complain, can I? Let's see how close to the £7,300 offer we get, shall we? My guess is not very far. What do you reckon? I reckon half that. I think they'll offer... Ooh, that misfire's not good. I think the offer might be like £3,000. In which case, I'd be staring down the barrel of a £2,000 loss. I'm only about 20 minutes away now, so I shall see you there, providing we don't have a breakdown. Of the vehicular kind, obviously, not the mental one. Save that for later. Right, well, I'm here now at We Buy Any Car Stockport. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. I haven't got a clue what they're going to offer. I'm going to be brutally honest about this car. I'm going to tell them about the engine light, the traction light, the brakes, the tyres, and see what their offer is. There's no point trying to sugarcoat it. I don't think I'll be able to film in there, to be honest. I don't think they like that sort of thing. So, wish me luck. I'll have an update for you very soon. One thing to note, actually, as the car got warm, it was starting to run better. The slight sort of misfire had improved. And we got it up to 8.8 miles per gallon, so, you know, it's not all bad, is it? And we're back. And that was quite a straightforward process, to be honest. And I think the offer was quite fair, really. So they offered, are you ready for this? For my Bentley Continental GT, capable of 198 miles an hour. Not this one, but, you know, in general. They offered me, bear in mind I paid £5,000 for it, they offered me £2,284.70. Now, before you call them crooks, I thought that was quite a genuine offer. I thought it was quite an acceptable offer, to be honest. I haven't accepted. But bear in mind, there were so many red flags with this. The guy was like, he's a really nice lad, actually. He was like, how long have you had the car? I'm like, a week or two? Okay. How many keys have you got? 1. Have you got service history? Some, yes, until about 11 years ago, then it stops. Then he was like, any faults with the car? And I was like, yeah, engine lights on, traction lights on. It's been wrapped. It was grey, now it's blue. Straight away, there must have been so many alarm bells ringing in his head. But yeah, explain something to me which kind of makes sense. So any sort of fault with the car or the condition, they then deduct that off the initial offer. So my initial offer was £7,300 or something. They knocked off £1,700 because it was wrapped, which in theory means if I unwrap this car, I would get £1,700 more for it. They also knocked off £1,700 for the fact that the engine light was on. So if I could cure that engine light issue, then my offer would be increased by £1,700. They knocked off £250 for the one key. They valued this as a grade 3 car, so the condition was okay. Because there were various warning lights on, they deducted £1,767 and another £1,742 because of the wrap. So if I could unwrap it and sort the engine light out, we'd have another £3,500 there, wouldn't we? So straight away, I'd get my money back. I'd get sort of £5,700 for it. So I thought that was quite a fair offer, to be honest. I'm not too offended. This has left me with a bit of a dilemma because I don't know what to do with it now. I can't sell it for £2,200 because that's too much of a loss. I think I'll continue with my plans. I think I'll run it back to my mechanics, get them to sort out the engine light, maybe just do that at this point, then de-wrap it, and then take it from there, I suppose. It's almost too nice to toss away. So, yeah, there we are. But anyway, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe. There's plenty more videos to come. Right, cheers guys. See you next time.